Today's video will be a review on our very first recurve bow, the Deerseeker. Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do here is just get the bow out. It came with a couple other parts, but we're just going to focus on this for right now. So it's got obviously the handle, and then you've got the two limbs, and then the bolts are already attached to the handle, so we'll unscrew those. But make sure that you grab the right limb for each side. There is one that's top and bottom. For instance, mine, it said the top was letter A and the bottom was letter D. So you're going to go ahead and screw these in and make sure you're just snugging them down. You don't want to tighten them too much because you could risk, cracking the limb, and then you're kind of done. Go ahead and get the other side as well. Same thing, not tighten it down too hard, just snug. Then you got bowstring. These are the items it comes with. You got two different loops. One's a big end, one's a little end. We'll get to that in a minute. A finger tab, which I'll probably eventually upgrade. A wrist guard, same thing, I'll probably eventually upgrade that. And then the most important thing is probably the bowstring. It's got two ends to it. One's a bigger end, one's a smaller end. So here we are at the bowstring. This is the big loop. You're going to go to the top end of the bow and you're going to push it down as far as you can. This is the small loop going to the bottom of the bow. We're going to go ahead and notch that in. Next thing we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and put our rest on. See, we got a standing wolf. Make sure it's got kind of like, with wood, it's got grooves in it in a way. Make sure you got it running the one way so your arrow's not fighting it and you don't destroy it faster. And make sure you clean everything off too, and then press it down so it sticks real good. We're gonna go ahead and trim it down with some sharp scissors, and then the leather piece that comes with that too, just the same thing. So now we're gonna go ahead and string the bow up. This is the small end of your bow stringer. This goes on to the top, and the big end, that's gonna go on your bottom where the string's already on the notch. You put your feet on that loop and you're going to slowly pull up, and as you pull up you're going to take that big loop and you're going to run it up towards the notch. Make sure it's on there, and once you know it's on there, turn it away just in case anything happens. It won't blow up on you, and double check it. For the knock, we decided to go with the Korean knocking point. It's much easier on the bowstring, which will help it last longer as opposed to the brass knocks. I'll be sure to leave a link in the description from the video I learned it from. And finally, arrows. Because of the rest I'm using, I have to shoot feather fletching. With the arrow being so close to the riser, I need as much give as possible, and feathers do just that. Now, it's time to shoot and give our final review. Alright guys, we're down here, we're ready to take a couple shots. First off, I'm going to give you the backstory, why we got this. So my dad, he was a huge hunter. He passed away when I was younger, but he was really big in the recurve. He used to pretty much take everything that he hunted 90% of the time. This is what he'd use. And then the stuff I can't remember, my cousin Kenny and other family members have filled me in on, so that's pretty cool. And my grandpa, he was also another one, huge inspiration that got me into this. So he actually gave me my first recurve bow. Unfortunately, he was a bull when he was younger. I'm a scrawny guy, so it's a 65-pound recurve bow, and it's 58-inch bow, so the draw length's a little too short. But the specs for this, 62-inch bow. From the string to the front of the riser, it's 7 inches, and it's 50 pounds, so plenty enough to take down a deer. That's hopefully the goal. I don't know if we'll be able to do that this year, but that's hopefully the goal. Maybe we can. So, and then one more thing, we are inside because it's nasty out. My ceiling's not very high, and I don't feel like damaging this, so I'm gonna go ahead and sit down when I shoot. And another thing is we've had this for about a month. So the first part of the video we put together a little bit ago, and we've been able to shoot a few times. So I've actually been able to decide, I want to shoot under or 3 under, or go ahead and pinch the arrow. And I've noticed I like to shoot 3 under. It gets the arrow in line closer to your face. And then another thing I've noticed is that I seem to be leaning more towards the aiming. Definitely Definitely not aiming like compound or anything like that. Drawing back, getting back, and then letting off. But I'm aiming while I hold, and then drawing back and just trying to keep it there. But we're gonna go ahead and take a couple shots, and I'm gonna go ahead and give a feel or let you know how I feel about it. Go ahead and grab those again, and we'll take another 4 shots and then we'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about the finger tab in a minute that came with it. I kind of pulled that one. I'm still a little new to this, little jumpy. Probably don't help that I'm sitting down either. It makes it a little tougher, but I'm still kind of jumpy at the shot a little bit. But I'm getting better. I'm making sure trying to make sure my hand's coming back. Getting mad at myself when I know I made a mistake. See, like that right there, I know for a fact I felt it drop as opposed to come straight back. Always be honest with yourself when you're shooting, or else you're not going to improve, for sure. That was better. At least coming across, not coming down or anything like that. All right, guys. Final review. I absolutely love this bow. Have no idea why I didn't get a recurve sooner. The finish on it is absolutely beautiful, especially at the wood handle. I love the grip on it. It's I guess a relatively medium heavy grip. It's a thicker grip. The limbs on it, they came in really good shape. They look really good, nice and strong. The notches are really good. Nothing's bad on that. It's even got notches on the back here for the string, just little notches. Nothing's bad, nothing's bowed or nothing. That bowstring, that's gonna help, keep that from happening and help this live a lot longer. It's even got spots on it for your quiver here, and then it's got, if you wanted to, you could add a stabilizer here in the front, which I probably won't. Might try it, but I probably won't. It's kind of the whole point of going to the trad. But it feels really good when you draw it back. Feels really good at the shot. There's more vibration in the compound than there is in this. At least that's my opinion. Yeah, this is really fun. It's really addicting. There's something different about this compared to a compound. Watching that arrow come off your string. It's just gonna make you that much better with the compound too. The way I look at it, it's like sports. You want to jump higher, so you do squat jumps or box jumps or whatever. You put weights on your shoulder and all that, so that way when you take the weights off, you're able to jump higher, or at least it feels better. But that's kind of my mindset. It's just gonna make you that much better with anything to do with archery. God willing, we'll be able to get a deer down with this. That'd be awesome. That's the goal. I feel like ever since turning my life around and trying to get closer with God and all that, He's been leading me down a certain path with hunting and blessing me tremendously along the way. So the The arrows I'm using, they are Black Eagle arrows. They're, I believe, 29 inches or 30 inches. I'm gonna have to get them cut down to 29. Draws a little bit shorter not having the release. The release kind of gave you that inch or so. But yeah, overall I love it. I recommend it. This is the Deerseeker. It's a fantastic bow. Great for starter, $100 bow, $109 bow. You can always, if I'm not mistaken, I think you can get different limbs if you want to upgrade weight, poundage, or lower it, or whatever it might be. Great starter bow though. Highly recommend it. If you guys could, you know, give me some tips. Give me some tips on what you do if you do it, or, you know, the broadheads you use. My arrows are 500 grain. I'm thinking, you know, 125 grain, 625 grains all together should be enough. 50 pounds. Yeah, let me know. Give me some tips or whatever. I'm open to correction. I'm open to learning, and this is all brotherhood. I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you could, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. God bless.